Chattle!
A Star Wars podcast that is sweeping the galaxy, making all kinds of waves, doing all kinds of numbers, destroying all kinds of planets. My name is Dolph David, and with me my co-host, ladies and gentlemen, Jedi Jared!
Hello everyone, how you doing today?
And Jared,
Yes.
we're not going to discuss your Padawan
Okay.
for the third or fourth week in a row.
We can move on from that. That's fine with me.
We can finally move on to
In
Jared had a baby. I'm Jared, and I had a baby.
Yes.
And now everyone needs to know I had a baby.
Yeah, well, that's part
Padawan
of
Leia. Padawan, my Padawan's a baby girl named Leia.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. Well, we can move on. In fact, we got our first email at yaddlechattle@gmail.com.
Someone's listening! Oh my gosh, this is exciting. Yaddle Chattle has their... Well, we've had messages before.
Yes, you get messages
But-
online, but this is our first email at yaddlechattle@gmail.com.
Okay, good. Yaddlechattle@gmail.com is our email address. And if you want to give us any kind of messages, yaddlechattle@gmail.com. I will say, I also, when people comment on the Davey Mac social media, it's at Eastside Dave across the board. TikTok at Eastside Dave. Instagram at Eastside Dave. Twitter at Eastside Dave. Facebook at Eastside Dave. At Eastside Dave. But when you get in touch with me over there, I try to respond, and if it's a good message, I'll bring it up on Yaddle Channel. Jared, something of note. Well, okay, you have an email.
Yes.
Let's do the email first.
Okay, so this is from Joe Dallas, who seems to be a first time, long time.
Excellent, Joe Dallas. Thank you very much for the support.
He goes, I'm writing to you because my three favorite things have come together. Rebel Force Radio, Ron and Fez, and Star Wars. I've been a fan.
No Yaddle Chattle.
Well, I think he's inferring that Yaddle Chattle is the nexus of all three things.
Oh my God. So, okay, Rebel Force Radio,
Because
Star Wars,
you're a fan and
of
friend
of
Rebel Force Radio. You were a member
right.
of Ron and Fez. And
I worked for Ron and Fez for 4.5 years, Sirius XM for 9.5, 10 years. I don't remember. Currently, though, dominating the ratings at WRAT 95.9 FM, one of the biggest rock stations in the state of New Jersey. We got our spring book, #1 in the morning. Darth David, baby! How do you like them apples? Also, all my podcasts do extremely well, including this brand new one, Yaddle Channel. So, yeah, I thank you for that. We love Rebel Force Radio, love Ron and Fez and Bennington, and love Star Wars.
Yes.
So there you go.
He said, I've been a fan and have heard all of your Ron and Fez stuff since 2005 for a long time. And we met and talked for a while at a Rebel Force Radio get-together and in the convention hall at Star Wars Celebration.
Oh, my God.
So you've met this gentleman.
This is fantastic. The shirt that I'm wearing right now, and by the way, for some bizarre reason, we have decided to pull this podcast and display it on YouTube. Again, an odd decision that Darth David made, thinking that people would want to see us and see our faces. This was, not a well thought out plan. But nonetheless, if you want to check us out, it's a one camera shot, but it is pretty good video quality. I do have a fine HD camera. I will say that.
It's very good.
HD microphone and HD camera. So at Eastside Dave TV. Well, thank you for that. Is that all he said?
No, it goes on a bit.
Oh, okay, more. Let's go. I want to hear more.
You invited me on your
Oh,
show.
no, what I was going to say is, this is from Star Wars Celebration.
Okay.
Well, he said I met him at Star Wars Celebration, so I've only been to one.
Yes.
So what I'm saying is, I just picked out this shirt today, and there he is. So I was probably even wearing this shirt when I met him. How about that?
Okay.
Let's go.
He says, you invited me on your show to play since I'm a musician, LOL.
Oh, yeah.
But I live in the Florida Keys.
Oh, okay, yeah. Because when we were doing the East Side Dave show, we would have musical guests from time to time.
Yes.
And we'll probably be doing a couple projects in the future. We'll be doing some things with musicians, but if you can get up from the Florida Keys, I'd love to hear him. I'd love to hear. What's the man's name again?
Joe Dallas.
Joe. Yes, Joe.
But he's also known as Bass Force Online.
Bass Force. I love it.
Okay. Here's some more. I've kept score at home of the points from your show.
Excellent.
I've attached
So
the
you
points.
know what? Hold on. Joe Dallas, give yourself 18 points.
Oh, wow.
For keeping track of the points. That's huge, Joe Dallas. Oh, positive 18 points. And by the way, where are you on this? Darth David I do the show prep. I do the topics. This is my house.
Okay.
I'm recording the video. I'm recording the podcast. I then have to edit all this crap together and post it. Why didn't you think to do the point system? You know what? Give Joe Dallas another 25 points.
Joe, I hope
minus 2 for you.
I hope you're paying attention to all of this.
Minus 2 points.
Okay.
Another minus 2 points for that, Joe Dallas. I hope you're paying attention.
Well, you have to understand something, David.
Joe Dallas, I hope you're paying attention. You should be paying attention, Jedi Jared, not Joe Dallas.
We've been doing.
You're the co-host of the show.
We've been doing point scoring for over 10 years.
Yeah, I've been doing the points. The bullshit. I think my point system actually started as an inside joke all these years ago, and I'm pretty sure it's because Tony Reale of Around the Horn on ESPN and I went to high school and even the first 3 semesters of college together. I was kicked out of school, but I would have graduated from high school and college with Tony Reale. But it was funny because when I knew Tony Reale in high school, I played some basketball, some baseball, and Tony Reale was my towel boy. He was my little, hey, Tony, the star athlete sweating. Can you get me a towel or get me a sip of water? That was high school. In college, he had little glasses and things. And in college, he got he worked out. He lost the glasses, put on contacts, got a cool hairstyle, and totally changed his image. And would walk around with these flunkies who would look up to Tony as if he was Michael Corleone in The Godfather.
He reinvented himself.
Reinvented himself entirely, except for one problem. One major problem.
You were there.
Somehow, I followed Tony from Christian Brothers Academy High School to Fordham University. And so for the first, 3 semesters, I was always, anytime I'd see Tony and his flunkies walking outside, I'd open up the window and I go, Tony, you used to be a nerd. Your little flunkies and lackeys don't realize it, but the Dave man always realizes it. Anyway, and Tony started to hate me.
Of course.
They tried to get him on the Ron and Fez show one time. They tried to get Tony Reale. Because there was a guy who knew both Tony and me at 92.3 K-Rock when we were both doing both 92.3 K-Rock and Sirius XM. So, and this guy liked me. So he goes, I'm actually good friends with Tony, and I like you. I think you're hysterical. I'll try to get you on the show. So I go, perfect. Reach out to him. Let's get him on the show. Let's do a little conversation over here. It'll be great. He comes back. He tells me and Ron, but he says it in front of Ron. He's talking to me. He goes, I reached out to Tony. He said he will absolutely do nothing that you are a part of. And the quote was, Dave's an asshole, and he's always been an asshole. After that, I said, Tony, me? As if you're talented just by giving out nonchalant points on a stupid system that no one can even figure out on Around the Horn? -2 over here, +1 over there. 2 points for this guy making this point about Tom Brady. This person makes a point about Jeter. Oh, you get a point. It's stupid. And it's so stupid, I'm taking it. Thieving it, stealing it, ripping it off, and now using it as my own point system. But mine's more insane and madcap, and I feel like it's entertaining overall. +5 for me, in fact, because of my point system being superior. -1 for you. Now, what does Joe Dallas say?
Okay.
That's the origin story of the point system, by the way.
So he's...
I'm not sure anyone even knows that.
This is from July 31st. It's a bit old, but he did attach a point
You never
system.
say that.
Okay.
Yeah, Yaddle, Chattle. You keep things present. You, my friend, don't understand the concept of make things bigger than life.
I'm not
rather than smaller.
I'm not.
We got this email. It was about 8 months ago, Dave, man. So it's not even really important anymore.
Can I finish reading Mr. Dallas's?
Yeah, but just read it with a little bit of zest.
I've attached the points so far. Love the show and your style, and glad you're doing Star Wars. I dressed my daughter up as Yaddle when she was a baby.
Oh, that's fantastic.
And got a lot of grief 18 years ago.
Grief!
Also,
I would have never given Joe Dallas grief, ever. I would have given Joe Dallas an additional 5 points had I found out about that.
Also, divorced since the Yaddle move. It was just a matter of time. Anyway, shout out to Yaddle and you and
have
Jared.
to read that part? Okay, and keep going.
And I'm a big fan.
He's a big Joe Dallas, we're fans of you. And by the way, I do remember meeting Joe Dallas. Now, as the name, as I keep saying it over and over again, because I didn't meet tons and tons of people. I met the Rebel Force Radio guys themselves, but briefly, there was 100-something people there. You can't be online, hogging up the line, talking to Jimmy Mack or Jason Swank for 30 minutes. There's people behind me. I'm respectful in that way. Love you guys. Love the show. It was awesome. It's great. I'm going to go and hit the bar and get more drinks.
Of course.
That's my philosophy.
I know.
With the meet and greets. I don't sit there for a half an hour. I'd like to, but there's people behind me.
I know.
Give myself another 1 point for knowing, how to be generous and how to care about people and how to care about Joe Dallas in his email. Give yourself another -1 for not really caring about Joe Dallas's email.
Okay.
That's why you said, you basically confessed to ignoring Joe Dallas's email for a few weeks.
Sure.
Okay. So what's the point system? Hold
on. Let me finish the letter.
There's more?
Yeah. I'm a Rebel Force Radio VIP, and I have 6 shows on Patreon Q&A with Jimmy Mack. Check one out sometime. I've attached a picture.
Awesome.
So you attach that picture there.
I remember Joe Dallas very well. Thank you for the picture. I do.
Okay. He goes...
Now I remember exactly who Joe Dallas was.
He was requesting
nice
some points, if possible.
Yeah.
But you've been giving him some points.
No, I'm going to... This email is a rousing success. How many points is he requesting? Because that was a lot of work.
Well, he said -42 for asking, but he was asking for 17.
No. It's a lot of work. He's getting the 42 plus the 17.
Okay.
Because that's a lot of work, and it's work that you should have been doing. -42 goes to Jedi Jared, Joe Dallas.
Well,
-42 goes to him, Jedi Jared. Darth David's going to grab a couple points now while we're at it.
Oh.
Give me 3.
Okay.
Anyway, okay, let's go.
So, as of this email, you, David, had 14,712 points.
14,712?
And I had -46,010 points.
Read those numbers again, please.
Sure.
So, Joe Dallas went to the bother of adding up and subtracting all of our points.
Yes.
And these are the totals. Let's do it again.
Apparently, at one point, you for I think episode 12, you gave me a -45,099 points.
You deserved it. Whatever you did in
Okay.
episode 12, that really must have ticked me off.
Okay. Well, you had 14,712 points.
Okay.
And I had -46,010 points. So,
that's fantastic.
Thank you, Joe Dallas, for keeping track.
Joe Dallas, this is heroic. This is a phenomenal job on your part. Another 42 points for you. Another -42 for Jared. That's what you should have been doing. I come up with 8,000 ideas. I'm the idea creative man. You're supposed to be the nuts and bolts guy.
I thought that you were supposed to be Jim Ross and I was supposed to be Jerry Lawler.
What are you talking about?
That I was the color commentary guy.
No!
Oh.
Well, yeah, I guess
that's how I kind of viewed this dynamic.
I mean, it's somewhat true, I suppose. It's a two-man booth.
Yeah, but
Wrestling has nothing to do with this.
I'm just saying, like,
if you want wrestling, the East Side Dave and Son Wrestling Show. There, I'll throw that plug for the podcast. That's the show I do with my son Stanley. But we're not talking about that. We're talking about Yaddle. We're talking about Star Wars. Let's move on.
Okay.
Mark Ruffalo.
Okay.
Bro, I'm a fan. Mark Ruffalo. I love Marvel. We've talked on this very show about how much we love Marvel. Star Wars is always number one for me.
Yeah.
Period.
Yeah, I agree.
That's just the way it is. I have like a triple header tie of Star Wars, sports, and wrestling. But I love Marvel. Seen every single Marvel movie. Everyone. I watch all the live series. I enjoy them. Got no issues with Marvel. I don't feel any kind of competitive nature with Marvel as a real
thing?
Star Wars fan. I think it might be in some instances, but I think that's
Why?
petty and lame. They're both owned by Disney. It's pointless.
And
they share similar actors. You're going to see more and more actors crossing over between Marvel and Star Wars.
Two different types of property.
It's strange. Mark Ruffalo, they asked him because the new She-Hulk is coming out on Wednesday.
Yeah.
And he has a part in that. So they, on Disney Plus, and they asked Mark Ruffalo, do you think they're putting out too many Marvel projects? Too many movies and TV series? Is it overwhelming for people? And Mark Ruffalo said, no, I don't think it's too many. In case you don't know who Mark Ruffalo is, he's the Hulk. I mean, everyone knows that, right?
Yeah.
Okay. The Hulk, Mark Ruffalo said, I don't think it's too many because Marvel, our shows and movies are always different. And then out of nowhere, he says, unlike Star Wars movies tend to be the same.
Really?
One after another. You know what you're going to get. Little humor, little action, little fantasy, and that's Star Wars. And then you always know what you're going to get. Star Wars basically saying all Star Wars movies are the same.
That's not even remotely true.
Shocked that someone from the MCU especially would have that opinion when that literally was, it's not mine. I just told you I'm a Marvel fan. But that's been the criticism from the people like Martin Scorsese and Francis Ford Coppola who say that every Marvel movie they think is the same. And they think it's, a very, plastic, almost factory-made movie. You know, big battle at the end, good CGI throughout, blah, blah, blah. So the tortured hero, I'm like, that was surprising. I like Mark Ruffalo, and I feel like I even like him as a person outside of his acting. And I've enjoyed a lot of his movies, in fact. Foxcatcher, did you ever see that?
No.
That was about the crazy wrestling thing.
Oh, no, I didn't see that.
John DuPont,
I heard it was very good.
Who was rich with heir of the DuPont fortune.
I heard it was
in
excellent.
Delaware, and he started a wrestling, like amateur wrestling, Olympic wrestling training camp, and went totally nuts.
I heard it was
He was in that. He was amazing in that. Steve Carell actually played John DuPont, but he was the guy's like one of his best wrestlers. This guy Dave Schultz. I like Mark Ruffalo. Where'd this come from, Marky? Why? I always tell people this. You can build yourself up, or you can build up others, or build up the things you like without tearing other stuff down. That feels to me like it's permeating through culture. Whenever someone goes on Twitter, social media, and they want to compliment something, they just can't say, I love this movie. I love this song. They always have to say, I love this movie. It's so much better than such and such, blah, 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 blah. Why has that become a thing? Stop it. Say something positive and don't feel the need to go negative.
I feel like I'm going to take a little umbrage.
Can I get a water? I'm dying of thirst over here.
Go get a water.
All right. Well, no, you keep going, though. You keep going.
But here, look at it like this, right?
Yes.
Rogue One is a war movie.
Duh.
Right?
Hold on. I brought in a friend. Everyone, I know Jared wants to be private, but here's his baby. I know. We thought long and hard about putting Jared's little baby on camera right here. And how's she doing, huh?
She's doing great.
She's doing nice. Okay, now Rogue One. Okay, I'll take her. I'll take her back to her bed. Okay.
Put her in the bassinet.
She's gonna go back to the bed. You nice baby. Nice baby. I'll do it because I do everything on Yaddle Chattle.
Here,
apparently,
I'll
Joe
do
Dallas
it.
just.
I'll do it. I'll throw.
Don't throw your baby.
I'll put it right here.
Okay, good. Well, go ahead now.
So Rogue One's a war movie. Solo, right behind us there, is like a heist film.
Definitely.
It's a caper.
I like that.
Right? The Mandalorian is supposed to be like very much like a samurai film. Like it's
and Western.
Well,
I wouldn't go that. I think though what Jon Favreau specifically does like to do is each episode should be a genre.
Yeah.
So he's done Western. Season 1 or season 2 of episode 1, he wanted to make he said he wanted to make a gangster type of thing. So there was those, remember the Gamorrean guards fighting each other at the beginning. But yeah, they get genre. No, yeah, I think it's a terrible opinion from Mark Ruffalo. I actually I very much disagree with it from day one. A New Hope is vastly different than Return of the Jedi.
Oh, absolutely.
And if we're going to talk about prequel series, the reason why not everyone, I love the prequels trilogy, but some people did. And a lot of that reason was because they were so different than the original trilogy, that they weren't the same movie. That a lot of the original trilogy fans wanted the prequel trilogy just to look and feel and sound exactly like episodes 4, 5, and 6. And when they didn't get it, they freaked out.
Yeah.
Not me. I wanted something different. I always do. And that's why I love Star Wars. I totally disagree with this sentiment. I mean, my God, the prequel trilogy couldn't be more different than the original trilogy, and yet I still love it.
I'll throw out a little controversy with this. I feel like every Marvel movie is the same.
No, I know. That's what Scorsese... I mean, not for me, but that's what Scorsese and Coppola say.
It's just...
It's
more or less a setup for the next film.
That's what, that's the opinion of some. Not mine. I'm not a hater.
I'm not a hater either. I'm just...
I mean, I've heard this before. Don't hate the hater. Hate the game.
No, I know. It's what the market's demanding.
Don't hate the player. Play and hate the game. At the same time. That's how the phrase goes, I'm pretty sure.
The Marvel television shows have been significantly better than the movies, at least in my opinion. Especially some of the newer stuff.
I've loved the shows. I have loved the shows across the board.
WandaVision was completely different.
Loki's one of my favorite things, but this is not a
different.
Goddamn Marvel show,
no,
you
I understand
jerk.
That. But the fact that he brought up that every Star Wars thing is like the same, I mean, there are ongoing themes throughout Star Wars, which is like supposed to, like, it's baked in.
That's the Star Wars ring theory, or that's there's a lot of parallels going on at the same time throughout the original trilogy and the prequel trilogy and everything, and you're seeing that, and that's actually cool. Like there are cool elements where something kind of begins to resemble or parallel another storyline or another era in the Star Wars galaxy. I actually love that because as long as it's not obvious. But if it organically pops up and you go, oh my God, that's so cool. That was like when in episode 4 when this ship did that and stuff like that. We love that stuff as long as it's organic. And Favreau and Filoni have done a great job, I think, of making that kind of stuff organic. So, I don't know where this is coming from, Mark, but don't do this.
A wise man once said, history doesn't repeat itself, it rhymes. And I think that is the whole...
That was me who said that. Darth David.
Actually J.B. Beverly, but...
I've never heard of this person. J.D. what?
J.B. Beverly.
Too many. I don't like a whole bunch of letters like that. Okay. J.B. The only time I want multiple letters is R2-D2.
Fine.
I don't need J.B.
Tell me
what does the J stand for, Jim?
Man. He's a good guy.
Well, call him Jim. Call yourself Jim Beverly.
Or we can call him Mr. Beverly. It's fine.
Let's move on to a different topic.
Okay.
I just found this out. Word on the street, because The Acolytes is the live action show where we still don't know a lot about it. It's quite mysterious, which is kind of cool because shouldn't it be? Like, The Acolytes kind of should be. I'm assuming what the show is about Sith acolytes, right?
Maybe.
Like, well, that is what they call, like those weird-looking guys who follow the Emperor, or the weird-looking guys who follow sometimes Dooku, or Vader has weird-looking acolyte type guys.
It's like the Sith adjacent. They're not really
right.
They're not really Sith lords.
So I was assuming that's what the show is about.
They're people that are like they're dark side, but they're not trained in the way of the Sith.
Agreed. And they're kind of like the butlers, let's be honest, for the Sith. But I'm sure that they have more responsibilities in that. The rumor is Darth Plagueis on the Acolytes, which would be very exciting. So this in live action form.
Are we going to see a young Palpatine then?
Don't know. So obviously, all the Yaddle heads and the Star Wars fans know that Darth Plagueis was Darth Sidious, aka the Emperor's master. And then in episode 3, he told us that he killed him because
the rule of 2.
Yeah. Well, no, it was he wanted to be the master. He was sick of being the apprentice.
That's the rule of 2.
It's as simple as that.
They always know that one's going to kill the other.
Only thing he feared was losing his power, which he did, of course, when his apprentice killed him in his sleep.
Except, here's the thing. This is what I did not. Maybe you can explain this to me. Was the whole point of Palpatine violates the rule of 2 to allow Dooku to take Ventress as his apprentice?
No.
Or was she not considered...
Palpatine never violates the rule of 2, in my opinion. He kills his master. He's instantly out there looking for his apprentice.
But...
things go sideways with Maul. He gets cut in half, or at least he thinks. And so he says, okay, I'm done with him. That guy's dead. Yeah. Obviously, we find out that Maul stays alive through the Clone Wars. But even then, the Palpatine, if you notice... did you get up to that part yet?
Where he's still alive?
Palpatine and Maul have a confrontation.
Oh, no, not yet.
Oh, shit. Well, listen, I gotta spoil it for you.
That's fine.
I'm sorry. They have a confrontation. Because it is Palpatine sticking with the rule of 2. And basically being like, hey, I thought you were dead. What are you doing here? And don't even think about me and you working together. We're not... Simon and Garfunkel have split up, baby. And we ain't getting back together for a concert in Central Park in 1980. You understand? I got a couple of new people. But Dooku, he would go on to Dooku. He sensed. He was... I think all of Palpatine's Sith apprentices were simply like the interim football coach for when Anakin was ready, when Palpatine, was ready to make his move on Anakin. Okay. And he was setting that up from day one. Go check out the prequel.
No,
Go check out episode 1.
I see that.
He actually says to Anakin, I'll be watching y'all career, closely. I can't, watch you. I'll be watching you. Creepy. It was creepy.
It was.
But, nevertheless, he told us this was about Anakin. He saw this guy does have it.
Well,
most power in the galaxy.
There's been lots of theories that that Palpatine might have somehow been Anakin's father. That through some force
manipulation. You could get there.
I
mean, there's no father, there's no dad, and maybe you could get there. And did he do something? Did he figure a way to impregnate Shmi Skywalker? I don't know. That's
but that's been a theory that's kind of I've seen kicked around the internet for a very long time.
By the way, we have to say happy birthday to Ian McDiarmid.
Oh, how old is he?
The Emperor, Palpatine. I don't know. He's ageless.
I know.
But he was born yesterday.
Okay.
Or whatever. So a good happy birthday to you.
Happy birthday.
Sith Lord. I love you so much. I'm going to sing a song for you now. And it goes like this. Happy birthday just for you. Happy birthday and may all your dreams come true. When you blow out the candles, there remains a glow. It's the sunshine of your smile wherever you go. A happy birthday, come on, to the greatest Sith. Well, at one point. Now Darth Vader's the greatest Sith because Palpatine was destroyed.
Yes.
Not in the Death Star, but by Rey Skywalker. Do you call her Rey Skywalker now?
I just call her Rey.
So episode 9 didn't stick with you, didn't resonate? That's actually some of the stuff that I liked. I actually loved the ending.
I thought that...
And I liked her yellow lightsabers, and I thought going back to Tatooine was cool. I liked that whole part.
I thought Skywalker was supposed to be the new order. That she wasn't calling herself Rey Skywalker in the sense of, like...
Oh, you're thinking Skywalker is basically like a Jedi now.
Yeah, because the next one is called... episode 8 is called The Last Jedi, so Luke is the last Jedi.
Okay, let me tell you something.
And
minus 14 points.
Rey is a new thing. That's why it's called The Rise of Skywalker.
Well, you know what? I wanted to go into a quiz here.
Okay.
We got a new quiz. But before we do, I am actually going to say something.
Okay.
Are the Siths that bad?
I've actually thought about this a lot.
And why I'm saying this is because sometimes doesn't it feel like the Jedis are just out there? They're the ones kind of starting the fights once they sense a dark side or once they sense a Sith or this or that. And do the Jedis have patience the way they think? Why, if you're a Jedi, couldn't you explain to a Sith that, you know what, you live the way you want to live and don't kill people, and maybe everything would be okay? I think Sith are closer to Jedi than Jedi want to realize. It's just that the Sith, are passionate and want to... The Jedi's dogmatic approach to no attachments and no closeness means no love. And basically, I think a Sith you could argue that the Sith is basically, I'm a Jedi, but I want attachments. I want to love people. Well, now Palpatine takes it to a bad degree when he starts trying to blow up planets. But was he pushed? What if Lil Yoda says, all right, look, you're strong with the Force. As long as you don't kill people, you live the way you want to live. Basically, be a Sith who gets married or whatever, does your thing.
Isn't that the kind of thing that, because you were yelling at me that I didn't watch the Star Wars galleries, and I watched that episode 2 of the first season with, it's called Legacies, and Filoni goes on about how, like, Qui-Gon's of kind of a different kind of Jedi.
Is that the episode where Filoni talks for the last 7 minutes and everyone just sits quiet and listens? That's phenomenal. So wait. What episode was that?
Episode 2 of the first season of Star Wars Gallery.
Okay.
It's called Legacies.
If you have not seen episode 2 of Star Wars Gallery on The Mandalorian, season 1, the episode's called Legacy. This is all information that Jedi Jared is bringing to you. If he's wrong about any of this information, please email us. Yaddlechattle@gmail.com. But if you haven't seen that, you must see it. It's a phenomenal 7-minute speech from Dave Filoni.
It's a really great, kind of thesis.
It's like a crash course, and you feel like you're not on Star Wars, and you feel like you're not really just getting it from Filoni. You're getting it from Lucas.
Yeah.
Because Filoni's he's Lucas's acolyte.
Yeah, he's really the heir apparent to Lucasfilm. But what I was going to say is, he says that, Qui-Gon should have been the father to Anakin because the Jedis are supposed to love, and that the Jedis have kind of lost their way in becoming too detached.
See, I see that.
I think what we see in the prequels is a different Jedi Order that might have been you can't think that the Jedi Order has always been the same kind of Jedi Order for thousands and thousands of years. No organization is like that. The Jedi is more or less a religion, right? I mean, the Jewish religion and the Catholic religion aren't the same from when they first started.
No. At some point, all of Jesus' apostles, well, not all of them, but a bunch of them were married. And then all of a sudden the priest couldn't marry. And maybe there's a similarity there. And then the priests go haywire. I'm allowed to talk a little smack because I was baptized Catholic. I mean, I can't say that I go to church a lot. I'm not going to lie.
You're an AM PM.
What is that?
Ashes on Wednesday, palms on Sunday.
I don't know what that even means.
You get ash on Wednesday, and then you go to Palm Sunday.
I don't really get the ashes that much. Okay. I like Christmas Eve Mass. That's nice to me.
The midnight Mass?
Well, no. 5 o'clock, 6 o'clock, and then you go back and you have a little something to eat or something like that. That's what... Anyway,
let's get back to Star Wars. So my point is that what we see in the prequel era is kind of maybe a snippet of what the Jedi were during a whatever prolonged period of time. But the galaxy's been like, this whole thing is like, with the extended canon, it's for thousands and thousands of years. We don't know what the Jedi were 5,000 years ago, 6,000 years ago.
I know.
They could have been.
They have to make a show 1,000 or 10,000 years in the past,
like pre-Yoda,
for you,
like a pre-Yoda.
For you, because you've gone berserk of this issue.
Well, I'm just saying
you're desperate to see something in the Star Wars galaxy from like 5,000 years ago.
I think that'll bring back. I think you get a lot of fans that are like, well, it's not the same as the original, and that's been your
but why always going back? How come? Why don't we go 5,000 years in the future?
We could.
Okay,
but I think a lot more people are interested in seeing the development.
I'm not 100% sure about that.
Where the mythology came from, because you get.
I am. But it's I'm not sure if that's across the board, that people care about 10,000 years in the past. I'll tell you what's going to be interesting. Star Wars should watch the success or failure or whatever, the reaction of the Game of Thrones show. Because the Game of Thrones show is going to be set a couple hundred years or something into the past. Well, I'm going to watch it. But my point is, if you have a whole bunch of Game of Thrones fans who are like, I can't get into it, there's your answer, possibly.
I don't know, because the Knights of the Old Republic video games were incredibly popular games.
And people have fallen out of love with them in some ways, I've heard. I've heard that the High Republic and stuff, they've gone on and on and on and on, and there's a zillion characters.
I know, but that's just playing a gigantic role-playing game.
I hear you.
But, I think, picking any kind of arbitrary date in the past and seeing how some of the themes may have influenced what the Jedi become in the prequel series makes sense, or the fact that, when we get to the prequel series, you get kind of the impression that the Jedi have been in this lull for a while. That there really hasn't been some gigantic galactic conflict. So
maybe they're restless and they start picking on the Sith. That's all I'm saying. If Palpatine didn't destroy planets, would he be that bad?
I think that there is far more authoritarian. I think the Jedis are more live and let live.
I thought you were going to talk smack about my man Palpatine for a second, and I don't have any patience for that.
Okay.
Do you know what time it is now?
For a cage match?
You're hearing the music. No! It's time for the quiz I was telling you about.
Okay. We're going with the quiz.
Today, how well do you know Boba Fett?
Okay.
These questions provided exclusively by StarWars.com.
Okay.
I take 0 credit for the questions, mainly because I think this quiz is rather easy.
Okay, let's do it.
And I'm not going to be, when the Yaddle Chattle heads start yelling at someone and they go, Darth David, those questions are simple. What are you doing over there? StarWars.com is where I get all my Star Wars quizzes for Jedi Jared. Okay? Mainly because I don't want to do the work myself.
Okay. All right, let's do this.
Number 1. It's 10 questions, and because this quiz is very easy in my personal opinion, you got to get 9.
Okay.
I'm allowing you 1 wrong answer.
Oh God. Okay.
If you get 2 wrong answers,
I fail.
yes, you fail. Also, 2,000 points off your record, and a plus 2,000 points to Joe Dallas, who's going to have to be adding all these things. But he's now firmly in second place on Yaddle Chattle.
Okay.
It's sad that the co-host is in third. One of the co-hosts. Darth David's in first. I've done my part. You should be in second.
Okay.
You're not.
Okay. All right. Let's.
Number 1.
Number 1.
Who? I got the questions on my phone here. Number 1. Who is Boba Fett's father?
Jango Fett.
Correct. Good. 1 for 1. Number 2. What planet is Boba Fett's home world?
Oh wait.
Oh my God.
No. No. I'm sorry. It will.
Oh Jesus.
No, I know what it is.
Jesus. You didn't watch The Bad Batch?
No, I know.
Oh my God.
Well, no.
Did you don't watch The Bad Batch?
I haven't gotten there.
Oh my God! What?
I haven't gotten there.
You haven't gotten there yet. This show's out for 2 years.
Would you just let? It's gonna come to me. I just need a moment. Can I come back to that question? The answer will come.
You can pass. You only get 2 passes.
Come on.
I'll give you a pass.
I'll come back to it. I know it. I gotta.
Oh my God.
Where is it?
Oh my God, dude. I'll give you a pass for now.
All right, come on.
Number 3. What Jedi chased Boba and Jango from their home?
Oh, Obi-Wan Kenobi.
Correct. There you go. Don't overthink these. Don't overthink these. These.
I know the answer to 2.
We'll go back now. Go. What is the answer to 2?
Camino.
Camino is the Boba's homeworld.
Yeah, that's where he was.
If you had seen Bad Batch, the whole show takes place on Camino. Well, that's a lie, but you get a lot of Camino activity.
I'm sure.
Number 4. What codename did the Kaminoans, the aliens on Camino, what codename did they give Boba? I'll give you a multiple choice.
Okay.
Omega, Delta, Alpha, Lil Django.
Is it,
Omega, Delta, Alpha, Lil Django.
Omega?
Oh my God. The Yaddle Chattle fans are throwing things. They're throwing their phones out.
It's probably Delta.
It's first of all, just guess again, since you're guessing everyone
Alpha.
incorrect.
I got it right. Yeah.
You did not get it right. That's your one incorrect one.
All right.
And had you watched
The
Bad Batch,
I haven't gotten there yet.
Omega is the little girl in the series.
Okay.
So it of course wouldn't be her name.
I haven't gotten to the Bad Batch yet, so you can't hold.
By
that
the way,
against
it's
me.
probably Boba Fett's sister. Not that you care. Yeah.
Oh wow.
Oh yeah, wow.
Well, that's what we're gonna see in season 2 then.
Number 5. What codename did Boba take for himself when he infiltrated the Endurance? Here are your choices.
Okay.
Windy, Bashville, Solo, Lucky.
Lucky.
Lucky is correct. If you had screwed that up, I mean, they literally gave one of the names of a dwarf
I know.
from Snow White. Bashful, StarWars.com, Bashful. Number 6, who killed Boba's father? Who killed Boba's daddy?
Mace Windu.
Correct. You still have the one wrong answer.
Okay.
Number 7, Boba was hired to track down or capture the following except the Millennium Falcon, Luke Skywalker, Han Solo, or Asajj Ventress. Boba was hired to track or capture the following except the Falcon, Luke Skywalker.
Luke Skywalker.
Did you not see The Empire Strikes Back?
I thought he was hired to bring in Han Solo.
Who was aboard the
Millennium Falcon.
and who was friends with
I thought Luke was something else.
Luke Skywalker?
I thought that he was just supposed to get Han Solo. And it was supposed to draw out Luke.
He was supposed to track the Millennium Falcon, And it was inferred, obviously, that Han was there, but possibly Luke Skywalker. The answer is Asajj Ventress.
Oh, I thought that was going to be something that was going to come later in this Clone
Oh my
Wars.
God. So unless you get a bonus, you fail today.
Okay.
You've gotten 2 wrong.
Okay.
8. Who originally claimed Boba Fett's armor after he escaped the Sarlacc? This is from we saw this in the Book of Boba Fett, and I believe we also might have seen a little bit in the Mando Season 2, possibly. But definitely saw exactly who got his armor.
I know the actor's name, I just don't remember.
Oh, you're wrong.
Oh, wait, no, he gets it from someone else.
Yes, he does.
He gets it from someone else. Wasn't it the Jawas?
Jawas.
Yeah.
But you said that very weakly. It was practically inaudible. Can you say it louder?
Jawas.
Golly.
Sorry. He got it from the Jawas.
Which of these gadgets is missing from Fett's arsenal? Knee pad rocket dart launcher? Jetpack rocket launcher? Magnetically sealed chest plates? Or flamethrower gauntlet? Which is...
The knee pads?
Do you not watch The Mandalorian when Boba Fett shoots missiles at the stormtroopers with his knees?
I'm sorry.
In the Boba Fett episode of Season 2. We saw him use those knee pad rocket launchers.
So I've already failed the test.
By far.
3 wrong.
Magnetically sealed chest plates.
Okay.
He has Beskar, maybe.
Alright.
What was the original purpose for the design that became Boba Fett? Sith Lord, Stormtrooper, Rebel disguise, Halloween. I'm getting rid of the Halloween answer because they shouldn't have put that there because technically.
Can you repeat the options again?
Sith Lord, Stormtrooper, or Rebel disguise. What was the original purpose for the design that became Boba Fett's armor? Oh my God. This is embarrassing.
No, Stormtrooper.
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 Correct. Tallying it up.
I got 7 out of 10.
7 out of 10. You needed to get a 9 out of 10 today. That means you fail.
Okay.
As a result, let's turn down the music for a second here. As a result, you have to do some kind of confession. Confess to people something. Maybe it's even Star Wars related. Maybe it's something embarrassing or shameful you did.
Oh, I got a
Star Wars.
Star Wars confession. When I was a little boy, I used to pretend to be Yoda because my uncle was he reminded me of Luke Skywalker, and I'd want my uncle to carry me on his back like Yoda.
I'm giving you a half a point because that was excellent. You get half a point today.
I'd wrap myself in a little blanket and be like,
I wish I could have seen that somehow. Okay, we have to do a cage match,
yes.
A Jedi Jared a cage match.
So I've got a special handicap match.
Okay, I'm excited.
So we've got Hondo, the pirate.
Love Hondo.
Versus Han and Lando.
Hondo versus Han and Lando.
Yeah.
And what kind of match is this?
It's like
just 2-on-1?
A 2-on-1. Who's the better pirate, scoundrel?
But why is it okay, but are they fighting?
Yeah.
Oh my God.
It's like a gauntlet match. They've got a race, they've got to, outmaneuver each other type of thing.
I see. It's basically, you're talking about, dude, we're going to have a bounty hunter / pirate sort of obstacle course where they have to go in their ships, cross a line, do something, go over here. Smuggle something, go over there. Okay, so it's more of like an Olympic Games challenge of who is the better smuggler.
Who's the better smuggler, pirate? Who's gonna betray the other guy?
Really, you should split this up into three competitions. This should be our first ever triple threat match.
Because I would be curious who you were gonna choose because of how I've made the handicap match.
I'm choosing Hondo.
that would make sense.
I'm choosing Hondo because Han and Lando will get into little arguments and fights with how they want to approach defeating Hondo in this challenge. In this challenge, if this was a straight up fight, I would unfortunately have to say Han and Lando. I mean, how else? I mean, Han and Lando together, they would kick Hondo's ass. But this is not a straight up fight. This is a challenge. This is like an Olympic event where you have to be the best smuggler. You have to do a bunch of events within mini games within the larger event. And because of that, I think you're going to get a lot of bickering back and forth. Han, Lando, we should fly this route. No, Han, we should fly over here. Oh, you don't know. Oh, I know. And then blah, blah, blah. No, that don't work. Hondo for the victory.
I think I'll take Han and Lando to win. And I'll say this. They both know each other very well.
Yes.
They've known each other for a long time.
Yes.
They know their strengths and weaknesses.
Yes.
So Han is good at thinking on his feet and piloting.
Okay.
And Lando's very charismatic and likable. So when they get into a bind, he can kind of work them, kind of get them out of it. If, like, you know, any kind of intergalactic police force or like the clones or anything like that come. And I think that they'll immediately go to their parts.
Okay, listen.
Their roles that they have to play. They might bicker here and there, but I think that they'll just automatically know to do X, Y, and Z together.
I don't see it. I think that Solo and Empire Strikes Back showed that these are guys who are frenemies. They are friends, but they are enemies. Mainly friends these days, but a little enemy.
I mean,
a little enemy.
I think the fact
Can
that...
I brush your teeth with my finger?
No.
Okay.
Because
I'll tell you what, good decision, Jedi Jared, because Darth David's finger has been all over the place today.
Well, thank you.
I mean, you have no idea. I don't even know. But I know this finger's been just everywhere.
Well, thank you, Joe Dallas, again, for the awesome email.
Joe Dallas.
Thank you for keeping track
the winner
of points.
And listen, if you want your email read on Yaddle Chattle, we got no problem with it. Email us at yaddlechattle@gmail.com.
And you can follow Eastside Dave across the board on all social media.
At Eastside Dave across the board, or the website eastsidedavecountry.com.
Like and subscribe.
So many podcasts, videos, so much content, good content too, may I add. It's all happening. I'm very excited, and Yaddle Chattle going well. Jedi Jared, we gotta get out of here.
Okay. Well.
He's Jedi Jared. I'm Darth David. Good night, everybody!
Good night, everyone.